Good morning, guys. Jason with Berry Scoop. Wanted to give you a quick rundown of the BlackBerry for Twitter application, which was released in private beta this morning by invite code only. Make sure you check your normal BlackBerry sites. There's some sites out there giving away some invite codes, having contests. John and I got our hands on some invite codes this morning and have both been running it since then, and I gotta say, our initial impressions are it's rough around the edges, which is expected with an initial build, but overall it has a lot of potential. I think it's going to be a good application in the end. It definitely is going to be a strong competitor, having the free price point and some other features like push, which we'll cover here in a minute. Alright, so on my home screen here we have the icon, which is the lowercase t Twitter uses sometimes for their logo as the icon, and then up in the ribbon bar you also have that as your alert for new messages or updates in the timeline. Entering the app, up top we have your home, which is normally your timeline here. A little bit different layout. When you actually find a tweet and you enter into it, it takes you to that person's profile with the tweet listed as well. So, this is Blaze from Crackberry. Been nice enough to help us out with a post here or there as well about non-BlackBerry news here on Berry Scoop. For those of you who have not noticed, you might want to check out the iPhone WordPress update article. Anyways, so it gives you the full profile when you view the tweet, so you can view how many tweets the person sent out, mention, unfollow, block, all of that right from within just viewing a single tweet. And then it'll also give you a map of their location, how long they've been, their bio, everything. You can reply right from here. There's the reply option. Brings up a little pop-up screen, and then you type in your tweet. You want to add a video or a picture, or add a photo. Just click on that, and it'll bring up your SD card or wherever you have your pictures saved. There is a way to send pictures via the camera app, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Alright, so then reply, automatically spell check. There's an option to turn that on or off in the options, and tweet is sent. So then you also have your bar up here right away. Enter what you want, send it out, similar to how we just replied. Next over to that is your mentions, so that's going to have anything that your name's mentioned in is going to show you. Then we also have, you can view your own profile, your direct messages, which is pretty neat because it's actually push direct messaging. Once it pulls up here, it'll pull up my older direct messages, but messages between you and another user, compose a message. It doesn't have autofill when you're doing mentions like in a normal tweet, but it does if you've direct messaged someone else before. It does cache those people. So what it's doing now, you have a little status progress thing here. It's looking out for John's Twitter account, and once it finds him, it'll pull up and show you his avatar and whatnot. Send it out just like you do normal direct messages. There we go. So the next time I go in to compose a direct message to John, it's actually going to show me my whole everyone I follow, which wasn't doing that earlier. I don't know if I just wasn't being patient enough before the video. So that actually works out pretty well. You don't have to type out everyone's name. Let's see if it's actually doing that on mentions. That doesn't look like it is. Maybe that'll be a feature they add later on, where once you hit enter the @ symbol, it pulls up your friend list and you can decide who you want to send your mention to. It's a nice feature. If they're not thinking about it, they need to be. It's a great feature. Another thing up here on your top bar here is find people, which I haven't seen on any Twitter applications before that I've used. I don't use too many of them. I usually stick to Social Scope or Tweet Genius. But you could search for people, and by that, as you can see, it's username, business, first or last name. So if we wanted to search for Berry Scoop. Give it a second here and it'll pull up our Berry Scoop account, obviously. But you could do this with anyone. If I wanted to search for John Mayer, I'm sure I could type in John or Mayer and probably pull up a list of everyone that has that name within their Twitter account, which is kind of interesting. Not sure what to think about it really. May come in handy. I've never had a use for it, but I could see how it would be for businesses looking for a company you wanted to give a compliment to or a complaint to on Twitter, or even see if they're just on Twitter at all. Would be a great way to do it. So something new, something fun to play with. Then also you have, of course, your normal searches. You could save searches. You could search by location, so within a mile, within 10 miles, search everywhere. And then you can even drop it down to advanced search, and this gets pretty in-depth. You pretty much would get exactly what you were looking for, if anything. Attitudes, I've never really had a need to search for something on Twitter with a positive or negative attitude or whatever, but something fun to play with. And then popular topics is going to be your trending items. You have current trending items that'll show up here, and then you also can go to recent trending items, which will do a kind of cloud look like of stuff that's been trending in the past. For the options screen, or the menu, actually we'll do the menu. You have direct messages, profile, same stuff that's on that top menu. Refresh, you can manually refresh it, and then also, of course, options. We'll go into options. You can log out if you want to log in under a different account. You can have messages go straight into your native BlackBerry messaging app. I am not a huge fan of this. I like to keep my email and my other apps separate, but it does work pretty well. I had it going this morning. Direct messages are what go in there right now. I sent John a direct message and even had the check mark over it. I'm assuming showing that it was delivered. Not really sure exactly if that's what it meant, but usually a check mark on an outgoing message means delivered. Automatic refresh every 5 minutes. You could have 5, 10, 15, 30, or an hour. I have it set on 5, but it's sporadic whether or not it actually works. I've gone 10 or 15 minutes, gone back in, and it hasn't refreshed, which, like I said at the beginning, it's expected. It's a test build, and we'll go for there. It does notify you on new tweets. You could change the option of how many tweets it will fetch each time it refreshes. I have it set on 100. You can change miles, kilometers, and then also check spelling before sending. That's basically it. There's not a whole lot else to it. Oh, I was going to show you the camera app. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we'll go into the camera, take a picture, box for the Palm Pre sitting back there. And then just like anything else, you can go to send share. Now there's an option in here, send to Twitter. What it does, instead of taking you straight into the BlackBerry application, BlackBerry Twitter application, it just pops up like you're composing a reply. Has the picture. You could type in your message and update. There we have it. Thank you for being a reader of Berry Scoop. We look forward to bringing you some other stuff here in the future. I'll be doing a video here of the Nexus 1 within the next day or two. Just got it and do my first impressions. Thanks.